When fall comes and there's a chill in the air, nothing is better than homemade soup, especially when it's made with homemade stock. Why stock and not broth, you ask? Stick around and I'll show you why homemade stock makes the best soups and stews. Before we discuss stock versus broth, let's get to cooking. First, you'll need bones. Just save spare bones and put them in the freezer until needed, or you can buy some wings. They're mostly bone anyway. Just put them into a large pot filled with water. Next come the flavorings, or the aromatics as they're called. Onion, carrot, celery, garlic, and peppercorns are all common. Herbs, if you want. That's totally up to you. Place them all into the pot and turn the heat to high. As for salt, well, I don't add salt until I use the stock, so just leave it out for now. Once it comes to a boil, you want to turn the heat all the way to low. As foam arises, you need to use a slotted spoon and skim it off. If you don't, you'll have a cloudy stock. Now let's discuss stock versus broth. Bones and connective tissue like cartilage are porous and they contain collagen. While in the low and slow hot tub, the collagen melts into gelatin and then seeps into the water. This is why stock takes so long to make, but it has a richer taste and a thicker feel on your tongue than broth does. That's because of the gelatin. With broth, on the other hand, most of the flavoring comes just from the meat. It doesn't take nearly as long, and there's very little collagen, if any. Okay, let's get back to our stock. Now, after a couple of hours, you can see that it has reduced some. Replenish the water, and then turn the heat back up to high. As soon as it starts to bubble again, turn the heat back down to low. You're going to repeat this step several times during the day. Oh, and did I tell you that stock is going to take you most of the day? But that's why we make so much. It freezes really well and you can use it for months. After 6 or 7 hours, once it reaches this point again, don't replenish the water. Use tongs to remove bones and most of the solids, then set up a straining rack. You'll need some sort of sieve covered in either cheesecloth or thick paper towels and a clean container for it to drain in. Ladle the stock into the strainer to remove any additional solids. And be careful, remember that pot is still hot. Now that you've got a big pot of molten hot stock, let it sit on the counter for a little bit, then cover it and put it in the refrigerator. The next day, the fat, or schmaltz, will accumulate and it's easy to scoop off. You can either keep it or discard it. Now you're ready to freeze it in whatever size container you want. I do a variety of sizes. Then just top it, label it, and date it. Put it in the freezer and you're ready for the season. But I'm going to use some today and make a big pot of soup. See you next time on Kimberly in the Kitchen.